r/ask Reddit. Have you ever found not safe for work content of someone you know, and how did you react? Out of all the stories I've got, my favorite is me plugging the camera into the TV on Thanksgiving with all my family watching, 2 brothers, dad, 2 cousins, my aunts, and a few friends, and a pic of me holding my meat pointed at the camera pops up. I hit back, and all it did was buffer. I had to rip the cable off while my brothers are hollering and my mother's running in from the kitchen asking what's going on. And I worked photography at a multinational marketing division. One day they needed some emergency shooting for an internal presentation, so I got a "please help us" text, grabbed my own camera, and ran to go shoot some photos for them. What I had forgot was the first 4 images I took on that SD card were naked shots of my posture from before/after my physical therapy. So there I am, scrolling through my preview window with my C-suite boss, and bam, here's pictures of my naked, flaccid dick. Well, there was the time that my wife didn't realize that her and her mom's Apple accounts had been synced, so no, I didn't find someone I know's content, but my mother-in-law did let me know that she'd seen too much at a family dinner and that she'd like a little help making sure she wouldn't be receiving any more unsolicited dick pics from me. Twice. The first was a girl I graduated with. She wanted to get into modeling and wound up doing a nude shoot and posted the pictures on a modeling site that was popular at the time. I looked, enjoyed, and moved on with my life. The second was a coworker. She started working, and I couldn't shake the feeling that she looked extremely familiar. I couldn't figure out where I knew her from. We worked together for a few years, and one day I was on our company's subreddit and saw a picture someone had posted and recognized the store as ours. Her username contained her real name, and I clicked on it and realized that I ran through her post history and found a bunch of older GW posts that I had seen years prior, including several that I saved. A lot of her posts were deleted, but not all, and the comments that she had posted were still up. We were friends at this point, and I wondered if she had meant to delete everything and just missed some. I created a throwaway account and messaged her, letting her know that some of her GW posts were still up, and that I wouldn't out her, but that I wanted her to be aware that she nearly doxed herself, and asked her to be safe. I told her I wasn't getting back on the throwaway and wouldn't contact her again, and logged out. A few weeks later, out of curiosity, I checked her profile and saw that she deleted the rest of the posts, as well as the one that gave away exactly where she worked. I hope I didn't freak her out with it, but I also knew how some of our coworkers were and knew that several frequented the company subreddit. As far as I know, no one else saw her old posts, or at least made it known. I came across a girl I met at the ATV park doing hot wife content. She is not a hot wife either, and I wondered if her husband knew. A month later, I remembered and checked back, and his face is blurred out, but his tattoos were all visible. He was on video taking someone's wiener out of his wife's mouth and putting it in his. I said, well, I guess he knows. Lamau. These days, he does not blur his face, and they do everything on camera, with men and women in any hole, giving, taking, anything. It's weird because on Facebook, the husband is a redneck driving a big F-250 with spiky lug nuts, and they brag about how much money they make, but won't say exactly what they do, LOL. They go around the country in their camper, sucking dick at upside-down pineapple campgrounds. One time, a female cousin of mine asked me for help recovering some proud photos of her recently passed dad from a micro SD card she had in her BlackBerry. She gave me the card. I ran it through RStudio or R5 Studio, can't really remember the name of the software. And I started getting some files back. Some were corrupted and some were fine. Among the photos were some pictures of my uncle, her dad, pictures of friends, dogs, and a couple of my cousin's nudes. I took all the uncorrupted photos, except for the nudes. I deleted those, and I was planning not to bring it up, and put them in a folder on the same SD card and gave it to her. When she came to my place to pick the card up, I showed her what I had managed to recover. We were scrolling through the pics, and a picture of a guy on a beach came up, and that's when it hit her. That guy was not a friend. He was an ex. And as soon as she saw his picture, she was like, "Were there naked pictures of me?" And I very awkwardly answered, "Yes, there were a couple." And she just said, "It's okay, you're my cousin." And we continued scrolling through the rest of the photos as if nothing happened.
Do you have any stories? Comment them, and they might get featured in the next video. Also remember to like and subscribe, as it helps out a lot. Thank you, everyone.